Hello everyone! We got another developer update. Please ignore the hair. I wasn't intending to look good for camera at all. It looks atrocious. It needs a wash, all that jazz. I'm chilling today. I'm not all that well. But there's a brand new update. I had no idea this was coming around, so that's why it's so impromptu. If that's a word, I feel like it is. As is obvious by the way I'm ad-libbing this right now. But I've had fun doing these in the past, and I'd love to get right on this. Because the Twitter post highlighted the changes, and there's some very, very interesting things. One key thing, apparently, made for this is finally getting fucking changed. Also, if you don't know what this is, it's a dog clicker. It helps when recording audio, if you didn't know. Because obviously, when you're reading off a script, usually you kind of stutter. This creates a massive audio peak on the waveform to make it easier for cutting. So I don't spend time having to listen through it all, only to end up cutting it out. But I can just go, and then it will skip right to that point, or I can just see it on the waveform, cut right by that point, and then just cut everything before it. So I hold on to it in case I need to repeat myself. Anyway. Not relevant. Let's get into the developer update. I cannot wait. Oh, this is going to be so interesting. I really hope that it is recording my mic properly. It is through this one? Yeah, cool. Alright. The end of the year is almost upon us, but we've still got some news to share, and this developer update will be, we'll cover some new features and balance changes making their way to the game in our next update, including a new customization option, a sizable update to an existing killer. Sizable update? From what I understand, this is for Trickster. Ooh! Okay. And gameplay passes for 2 realms. Interesting. Okay. Player cards. Now this is interesting. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. That looks nice. Huh. Okay. A new customization option has arrived. Player cards are decorative banners and badges that appear in the top right corner of various menus. Your player card will also be featured in the post-match scoreboard so other players can see them as well. Can they be prestige? Please? Can we get some kind of prestige reward? I'm a P100 artist. I'd like to be able to show that off other than just the P100 thing. I don't know. We'll have to see, but that would be cool. Banners. Yep. There he is. Alright, banners and badges can be mixed and matched as you please, and higher rarity ones will be more detailed with some even being animated. Like other cosmetics, you'll be able to earn them in various ways, such as events, the Rift, through login rewards or promo codes and so on. Cool! Let's replace the charm system, because I have 29 pages of charms, and I only ever use 3 of them. Alright. With this update, we've also cleaned up the menus and moved your player level and grades to a new player profile screen, accessible by clicking on your badge. Okay, cool. I like that. That's good. Yeah, no, that's good. I also like how the Huntress DC'd, just to show this off. That's hilarious. A small selection of player card options will be available starting with this update, but you can expect to see a wider range of choices appearing over time. Cool. All right. Now, this is interesting, because there's been no word on or about Trickster pretty much since release. The only other thing we got with Trickster as of recent, or like at all, was the general change that Huntress and Trickster got where they reload faster. That was in the last PTB, but that's it. And that's not really focused on Trickster, that's just on both of the ranged killers. Right. When he's not working on his next album, he's following his other passion, throwing a boatload of knives at survivors. In this update, we're aiming to address points of frustration for both sides. For killers, many feel like the Trickster doesn't quite stack up to other ranged options. For survivors, dodging blades could feel inconsequential since so few would injure you, making it feel unavoidable. We'll be making a series of balance and quality of life changes to our resident rapid-fire ranged killer. For survivors, dodging blades would feel inconsequential since a few would injure you. Right, okay. So that to me sounds like they're going to buff the amount of... Oh, sorry, they're going to nerf him in the sense that you're going to need more knives to injure someone, but I'm hoping that they'll compensate for that by putting a better skill component to actually hitting fucking knives as Trickster. Have we removed the recoil? Please! Alright, anyway. Rapid fire. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. Alright. The Trickster's fast, because I think Trickster's an interesting character, but they just kind of... he's just squandered. The Trickster's fast-paced attacks. I should go a bit further down because I'm trying not to spoil something ahead of time, but I'm realizing that the recording has it slightly cropped. My mistake. Anyway. Right. Rapid fire. The Trickster's fast-paced attacks are what set him apart from other ranged killers, so we wanted to focus on this rapid-fire machine gun gameplay for this update. We asked ourselves, what's better than throwing a bunch of knives? Throwing even more knives. Okay, the Trickster now throws 4 blades per second, was 3 blades per second by default, and his throw rate no longer increases with each blade thrown. Right. Okay, that means he's going to get a change of add-ons. To keep this feeling fair for survivors, we also increased the laceration meter to 8 hits was 6, as well as decreased the time before it decays to 10 seconds. This means that the laceration meter will fill at the same rate as before, but successfully dodging blades will be a little more rewarding. Lastly, recoil when rapidly throwing blades can be tricky to deal with, particularly for those playing with a controller. Therefore, we have removed recoil entirely! Yes! 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 Fuck yeah! Oh, I never thought I'd read those words. Oh, that's exciting. I'm really happy with that. This will make your blades easier to control, making them more skill dependent. Thank you. The downside, you won't be able to blame the recoil for the blade you missed. Fuck you. The fact you know I do that. But, right, good. If I miss a blade, it's my fault. I can at least now go, well, shit, I missed. That was on me. I suck, right? But that's what always frustrated me about playing Trickster. The biggest issue I had with him is that half the time, it's not even my fault. I look like I'm throwing like a spaz and just going left, right, but I'm trying to genuinely compensate for that and hit them, but it's just so wonky and throws in such a... Dude, yes! Oh, I'm so happy to read those words. But good. This means that I can spend time and learn and master Trickster. I can get better with him as to not miss my knives. Good. This is a fantastic change. Right. Fast pace. To complement his quicker throws, we have also reviewed the Trickster's movement speed. The Trickster now moves at 4.6 by default. That's 115, isn't it? Oh. But his terror radius has been increased. Why did we do that? I don't know how to feel about that. You've made him a 115 killer? Oh, am I wrong in assuming that that's what that percentage is? Let me just quickly check this. Yep, that is 115. I prefer it percentage-based, considering most perks read it as percentage-based, like you're 5% quicker, so if you're 115, you're now 120. I find that easier to just understand in my brain rather than the meters per second, because depth in video games doesn't make sense to me, personally. Like, a meter in a video game doesn't feel like a meter in real life. I don't know what the ranges are for that. I don't know. This will not only help him close the gap during a chase, but also spend less time traversing the map looking for his next target. Combined, these changes will leave the Trickster feeling much more agile and fast-paced. I don't like that. I think this was personally enough. I know how frustrating it can be that you never seem to catch up with a survivor while you've got your power out, but I don't know if making him 115 was the way to fix that. I think working on the speeds in which he moves while holding his power is the way to address it. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, alright. Main event. Okay, interesting. Ooh. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. Right, main event allows you to throw even more blades even faster. However, this required you to hit quite a few blades to activate first, taking several chases to charge up. This made it feel fairly rare for the killer, but also made it a little frustrating if you happen to be the unlucky survivor to be caught when it was finally activated. As a result, you're making the following changes. Main event now requires 6 blades to charge. Main event's duration has been reduced to 5 seconds. Right. These changes will make main event available much more often, but require the killer to use it strategically to take advantage of it. But only lasts 5 seconds. Interesting. Honestly, that's kind of interesting. Because you don't want to use it in every circumstance, because when you come out of main event, you can't throw knives for a short time, and you slow yourself down while you're going, ugh, or whatever it is he does. So I don't think you'll be using main event as often as you think you might, but this could... I don't know. It all needs to be play tested, right? But I'm liking that they're making these changes. These are good changes. It's very much wham in terms of, like, buff. Like, Trickster has gone from here to fucking here. Like, it's outrageous what they've changed with him. But at the same time, we can do that. Like, we can bring him down. It'll be quite easy to go, okay, this is too much. Let's get him 110 again. Or let's make main event be 15 blades, not, you know. But, you know, okay, that's interesting. Right, we have reviewed his add-ons, and they're going over it. Interesting. Memento Blades, that was his meme add-on. I think that was, anyway. New effect, decreases time between blade throws by 5%. Interesting. Okay. Inferno Wires increases main event duration by 40, was 25. Makes sense, considering it's a shorter time now. The Autograph, new effect, decreases the number of blades required to charge main event by 1, so you can do it in 5 blades? Okay, that's pretty nutty. Because don't you need to hit 10 blades now, or is it 8 blades? 8 hits was 6, so you could be 3 less and start main event. Interesting. Anyway. Tequila Moonrock, increases duration of main event by 60%. Right, okay. So you can get... Wait, with these combined, you get main event at 100%? So you get 10 seconds with these two combined? I don't know how to feel about that. This could be worrying. Fistspin Soda new effect decreases the number of blades required to reach main event by 2. Ooh. That's where it gets a bit worrying, because that means you now need to hit only 4 blades, and then you can start main event. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Waiting for you to watch increases the duration of main event by 0.25 seconds for each blade hit while it is active, was 0.4. I guess that's fine. Yeah, these add-ons make more sense now, because main event triggers more often. I think you'll be able to take advantage of this more, so that if you're actually hitting your knives while using main event, the add-on will actually be benefiting you significantly. It means you can keep going. So, yeah, that's fair. Plus, you need more blades to actually injure and down survivors now, so yeah. The photo card got a change. For each consecutive blade hit, gain a stackable 1% haste effect up to a maximum of 7. This bonus is lost when missing a blade or putting a survivor into the dying state. What? That's mental. I love it. Look at that at the bottom. Look at it. Oh, you can already tell. They're nerfing made. There better be nerfing made for this. We buffed it to 4%, guys. No, I'm kidding. Alright, made for this. Even a small speed boost can make a difference in the right hands, making some survivors very difficult to catch. No. 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 Okay, let me just correct this statement by saying that, yes, it made more problematic survivors more problematic, but it also gave shit survivors free escapes. It gave them free access to windows and pallets they otherwise wouldn't have made because of their poor positioning and decision making, because they didn't hug things tightly enough. Like, it made average survivors ridiculous, and it made ridiculous survivors even worse. And good survivors could still get some stupid use out of this damn perk. But anyway, since made for this would activate as soon as a survivor became injured, this perk would often be unavoidable. No, this perk was unavoidable. The only time it ever wasn't was if you had insta-down, but even then, after they got off hook, they're injured. So, to make this fairer and create opportunities for killers to play around it, we added an additional condition to the haste effect. After healing another survivor, gain endurance effect. While you are affected by deep wound, you run 3% faster. Oh! Ah, okay. can I be honest? I like that. I actually kind of like that. You have to be in deep wound in order to gain the haste. That's good. I quite like it because that's unique, and Made for This applies deep wound in its on its own with its own effect. So, okay. And obviously it's balanced by the fact that they have to mend themselves. Made for This is not useless. It still does what it does, but now it only does it when in that extra state. That's really good. I'm actually quite happy with that. Anyway, with this change, the killer can potentially prevent Made for This' speed boost from activating entirely by avoiding inflicting deep wounds on that survivor. This also ties both of Made for This' effects together, granting a way to gain deep wounds in order to make use of the haste effect. Yeah. It's gonna make the meta build more of its thing. Like, people were already running Made for This dead hard off the record and, you know, or Made for This dead hard buckle up for the people. All these different things that would somehow give them endurance and put them in deep wound. So people will still be doing that, but it's gonna be less problematic because they have to get in the deep wound state. You can wait that out, or you can go for the other person, so it's not going to be as problematic. You just have to be careful not to try and put people in deep wound. Obviously, killers like Legion and Slinger are going to suffer for this, but I don't know, man. I don't know how fussed I am by that. I'm not fussed about Legion anyway, but that's just me. In Slinger's case, he at least has the ranged attack, so Slinger suffers, but perhaps a little less so than Legion might. I don't know for sure, but what can I say? That, good change. Garden of Joy. Okay, finally, we're getting some changes to the realm. Cool. Joy for some, at least. That's a statement. We have gathered and reviewed feedback for the Garden of Joy map, and in this update we'll be making a series of changes to improve gameplay. First, we turned our attention to the windows of the large house. Previously, there were several strong windows which granted survivors plenty of distance each time they were vaulted, making some chases drag on. We have reviewed the layouts of these windows and breakable walls to make chases in this building fairer. Cool. Ooh, interesting. Right, this is why I wanted to try and keep it hidden, but obviously you might not be able to see what I'm reading. Second, we have rebalanced several pallet loops to bring them closer to the sweet spot where they are both useful to survivors and have the potential for killers to play around them. We've also cleaned up certain loops and removed some small objects which players might bump into by mistake. Cool, because it was a cluttered map, and the bushes were awful. Lastly, we have made a few art changes throughout the map to improve visibility of objects which block your path and introduce small pieces of lore throughout the environment. Cool. Alright. Red Forest. Interesting. The Red Forest is home to both Mother's Dwelling and the Temple of Purgation. We have similarly reviewed feedback for both maps and are taking a series of changes to improve gameplay on them as well. Good. Because you visually updated them and changed nothing about the maps. Temple is now looks worse in my opinion, and Red Forest is Mother's Dwelling is a horrendous map. Period. First and foremost, size. These two maps are some of the largest in the game. This can cause some gameplay issues, costing the killer a lot more time to cross from one end to the other in search of survivors. We are reducing the size of both maps to bring them more in line with the rest of the realms. Cool. Second, we've reviewed various pallet loops and reduced the amount of vegetation surrounding them, making it easy to identify loops at a glance. Thank you, because that was my biggest issue. The amount of times I'd run to a bloody loop as survivor or as killer, and I thought that I was about to round the corner and there's a fucking bush there and it looks like every other thing on the map but I didn't even notice it. I go down or I don't get the hit because I committed to a loop that was completely safe for a survivor to run around. I couldn't tell you. Countless times. It's awful. It's so annoying, but cool, that's good. With that, we've reached the end of this developer update. Everything mentioned in this post will be available to try in the public test still planned to start November 8th. When is that? That's a Wednesday! Oh, I'll have to stream late. And miss club. That's fine. I will do that. I will stream that later in the day. I love these changes. I don't think there's one change here I'm not happy with. honestly. This needs to be seen. Trickster's change needs to be seen. But what I'm really grateful for is I actually kind of like Trickster. I always found him quite fun. I love the different cosmetics you can wear for him, and he does look kind of dope. Just in my opinion. And I know Zuza's aesthetic kind of suits Trickster in a way. Not in a literal one-for-one, but like they kind of got the same sort of body shape, hairstyle a little bit. So I'm like, you know, it works. But Trickster was agonizing as shit to play. I hated it. It was either I decimated the team with a really good main event, or I spent the entire time screaming because I missed that one knife I needed to hit. Either because of recoil, or because they made it around the corner, or I just ran out of nut. There were so many things that just pissed me off with this killer. But this is a good change. They don't seem to have increased the number of blades he can carry, which I find strange. Oh, but you can activate main event a lot more quickly. Oh god, and he's still going to have the Death Throws compilation. Because that wasn't in the list of add-ons that they changed. Shit. For those that don't know, the Death Throws compilation is an iridescent add-on that when the Trickster finishes or cancels main event, he gets his knives back. Like, he gets a free reload. And you charge main event in 6 blades now? They didn't say how long the main event lasts for, as in like how long it takes to activate. I'm going to assume that that's unchanged then. I'm very, very interested in this change. I want to see what this does. This is a cool little thing that we're getting. Seem to be believed. Made for this. I honestly love this change. I think this is a great change, personally. Seem to be believed. We need to see if it's that problematic, and then be like, okay, maybe this is a bit of an issue, but, you know, you have to be in Deep Wound for it, and survivors can't stay in Deep Wound indefinitely. It's a detriment to them. The point being that a survivor cannot work on a generator and benefit from Made for this. Like, if the survivor's going to do anything useful, they have to mend, or they go down. So all it basically means is don't chase that person unless you need to, you know? Go for someone else. Gardener Joy seemed to be believed, but good change. Same with Red Forest. Fantastic. I didn't mean to click on that. Anyway, that does it for the developer update for November 2023. I am excited for this one. I haven't been excited for a good developer update for a while. The last one was like, everything was sort of like, good change, bad change, blah, blah, blah. This looks awesome. Reading the lines, Trickster's recoil has been removed, has made my day. Oh my god, yes. So, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. If you didn't know, I stream on the regular. I stream DVD at least twice a week on the regular at twitch.tv/Zuza Zaleno if you wanted to come and check me out there. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, because I make this kind of content quite often, and it's a lot of fun to do, and seeing people that enjoy it, it motivates me to keep doing it, and like it if you enjoyed as well. And let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these changes as well. I'd love to discuss this further. Anyway, again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.